James, and oh boy, get ready, because this is going to be a pretty terrifying night.
Yes, it is indeed. Well, we're going to see the Capitao band out already, coming out from INTZ, and Elevate are going to be giving their ban. I'm going to guess it's going to be a Habana. Potentially here? No. They did ban Thatcher the last time they played Bank, to be fair to them. So that's not completely out there. Maybe Elevate, wanting to just go and just play Clubhouse the way that they played Clubhouse previously. So, yeah, we'll see a Thatcher ban coming out from them. I don't know, I'm interested. I think Elevate is kind of one of the more creative teams in LATAM. It hasn't worked for them this season, but last season I saw some really creative holds coming up from them, especially with the with the use of Mirror. So I'll be kind of surprised if they do ban out the Mirror. I think it'll probably ban out the Echo.
Right. Oh, here we go. This one's gonna be we're in for a fright.
That is terrifying to go against right now as well. INTZ going to be thinking about what they want to do with their bans, and it is going to force the Echo ban from them. So, Maestro and Mira up, but Jaeger taken off the board. That is a massive ban, and this may throw things quite heavily into the favor of Elevate for the first half at least. I think that in other regions, I would say that's kind of like a weird ban to do, and like I don't actually think that's that great of a ban to do on Clubhouse, because even though you do start off on attack, you do actually have to go to defense eventually. But I think LATAM is a very momentum-based region. If you can swing things very heavily into the favor of attack here when you start attack, I think you can really pick up the momentum and you can carry that over.
It's really different for Elevate this time around, because whenever they played Clubhouse against Lanchados, they banned Maverick and Echo, and they have just went completely the opposite direction. You see the Thatcher ban, which just we're used to that ban nowadays, but you look at the Jaeger, that doesn't happen. I kind of feel as if Jaeger is where everybody just says, like, a mutual agreement. It's never written in stone, it's just up in the air, and everybody thinks, just don't ban that operator, everybody wants to use that one.
Well, from the NA games, last night we did actually see a Jaeger ban there as well. So, this isn't the first time we've seen a Jaeger ban here in OGA, but yeah, no, it is kind of that forbidden fruit. We've also seen a smoke ban yesterday as well in NA, so I'm not really sure what was going on in NA yesterday with that Shrug versus EG match, but yeah, I feel like some of that energy's kind of been transferred over to this matchup. Don't forget as well, there is a kind of an element of Elevate here not wanting to play maps that they will normally play, because they do have that best of 3 relegations match due coming up, and I'm sure they feel that that's going to be more important than qualifying for the minor. But INTZ have a lot to play for here. They finished 6th in Pro League, so nothing else to do there. And yeah, like their rest of their season purely depends on this.
A lot of riding, I feel, for most teams in this tournament. It's a big chance to really push your way in there. And you know, the invite spot's there, but even LAN experience for a lot of these teams, they don't get a whole lot of that, do they? To be fair, the winner of this game has Liquid. So you look at it, either way, even if you do pull off a very hard-fought victory, you're still facing, the big dogs.
Yeah, and
the
also,
big horses.
The last time the Liquid went against Elevate, they 7-0'd them.
Yep.
So...
which is expected. I like the setup from Elevate. Frag heavy. You have, whenever I say frag heavy, not as in like a fragging operator, literal frag grenades from 2 of them with no Jaeger. That makes a lot of sense, but still bringing double hard breach, which whenever both of them are available, you're always going to see them ran in Clubhouse just because of the amount of reinforced walls that you can get your hands on. It's really, really strong for the attackers then to make the defenders not have anywhere to play.
Yeah, especially with the Capitao ban as well. I think this is actually a really good play from Elevate to ban out the Jaeger and just bring like loads of fragging up so that they can kind of use what Capitao would have been used for anyway, to just force people out of positions. And you are completely right with that, like, especially like Garage Rafters comes to mind as well, wanting to push people out there, especially with Elevate wanting to ban out the Thatcher here as well. It's going to make ADSs a lot harder to clear anyway.
I like that they brought the Doc, though, from INTZ, because whenever a nade hits you, you could potentially just get downed and not killed. Oh, look, Doc can stim you from across the map. That could be also another really valuable thing, and especially if he's playing in Rafters himself, he can pick himself back up if a nade does land that way. Hell, he's downstairs, but does automatically get retraded by Boar, who's playing aggressive on those Eastern Stairwell, but still, it's an even playing field, I feel, for really up in the air. As long as they have that garage control, that's kind of like your extra man. And, well, there's your extra man. No! What? How has he missed that, James?
Oh, what a mistake from Duds there. He is going to get eliminated off the board, just hitting the rafters. And it's going to be leaving it all down to Vitz and Boar to try and bring this in. But this is looking really great for Elevate right now. They're going to know there's someone on top cache stairs. Boar is going to try and trade it out, but no, will get killed himself. He's going to leave it all to the smoke, but Vitz will get taken down. And yeah, Elevate will move things into their favor already. Round number 1 going in their favor, and things looking really good for them, honestly. I can't believe the Doc missed that. Hitting the railings. That's going to be very telling.
'Tis. But they can try and push on, and, well, it's their first defense on the cache. And cache can be very difficult whenever both of the hard breaches are open, and the fact that there's no Jaeger to try and grab those nades that can be tossed in. And you think about the strong positions that the defense have on cache. You have the ability to bandit trick on a blind spot that you can't see them at unless you physically get in the bomb site. And you also have the entire garage rafters, which can cover by those metal panels, so you need the nades are so big to get rid of them. Whenever Jaeger's off there, then it kind of does sway things into the attacker side. I feel as if it's a very attacker-sided map right now.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think the Thatcher ban is kind of affecting a little bit stuff here. Maybe not on the top floor, but definitely on this bottom floor. Elevate have not brought a Maverick, which I'm really surprised by, given the fact that INTZ did show the Kaid. And yeah, I think this is going to be very, very hard for Elevate to push into this.
Well, I mean, Kaid can only clear 2 of the hatches. I feel as if Elevate see a hatch that isn't Kaid, they will go ahead and open that up and literally play off that one hatch. Because the aggressive nature that they have just leads me to believe that they will do the bare minimum and just try and play for the gun skill we know they're bringing. You know, whenever you see a Finka, you're going for kills.
The big thing I would have liked to see from INTZ is kind of dirt tunnel setup with a Kaid in there. Like, you just put the electric claw on the very side of it, then you can electric claw both of those, and then you put a shield in front of the drone hole so they can't nade it effectively.
There is a lot of nades though, so they could, in theory, get rid of that, but it would take like a lot of utility. I wouldn't personally waste 2 nades just to get rid of an electrical on dirt, because if that electrical's there, that leaves 2 hatches open, so then you just go for the 2 hatches anyway. Yeah.
Well, either way, we'll see Elevate beginning their clear, and I'm very interested to see what kind of push they actually want to do here, because it looks like we have an electrical on blue and an electrical on Moto, so that kind of church side push is going to be very, very difficult. I feel like they kind of have to go for the kitchen take.
I could honestly see them open up kitchen and go for the armory rush in, where they try and open up one of the soft walls and just force their way in. There's no smoke so from Elevate, which is the only worry, so they can't cover off anything, which is a big help, especially if you look towards that main corridor. If you smoke in the middle of that, it gives you that clear way right into the bomb site. But I think Elevate are just trying to probe at the moment. Just trying to see what they can observe and then potentially try and abduct a defender who could be lurking and take them away and do whatever they need to do.
This is kind of like one of the best things about Clubhouse attack. Generally, you have a decent amount of time to get set up as an attacker and just drone it all out, see what the setup is, and then the IGL can just call exactly what kind of push they do want to do. Cypher is going to be playing up onto the top of Secret Stairs and see what he can do from there, but it looks like they are going to go for that kitchen hatch. They're going to realize that it is being impact tricked right now, and Mitty's going to try and do what he can to try and alleviate that issue.
Big sledgehammer comes on in, and, well, here's Sledge in this scenario. Try to look down and see what you can see. Not a lot, as that player of INTZ has backed away. And this is kind of atypical of what we expect for the basement, is a lot of prep work for the attackers. It takes a very long time, and then whenever we finally work in towards that last 30 seconds, that's where the fun begins. Nade being tossed over, and there's one gone, and also used this other one. I believe that was trying to eliminate the man in the back of Armory. So now for Elevate, they haven't got really any way into the bomb site. Even another nade that misses. That's a poor toss, and, well, James, here comes the massacre.
Oh, Drunk's just gonna kill with the Han Solo pistol. Levek's gonna go down already, and they're trying to get control of blue early on. Hell does manage to find one, and Zion finds the other. This is looking much, much better for Elevate now, as he tried to push into blue to try and get that early control. Hell gonna be pushing through Moto door, but VNX is gonna fight back. Mitty gonna go down. The nades are gonna miss constantly, and Elevate need to get in. They need this blue control if they want to make something happen. VNX finds another one, but Cypress does score back. Does goes down, and that's blue control. The plant is gonna start to go down from Zion. They don't know that someone's in dirt right now. Oh my god, what a flick from Cypress! The plan continues to go down. The pistol comes out from Cypress to try and confirm the last kill. He's gonna know he's there. VNX goes to design the plan, but no, Cypress with a triple kill to end it out for Elevate. Oh my word!
What a maniac!
That is Latin America in a play.
Wow. That
flick onto the guy in dirt, he just got deleted.
Got absolutely good nighted.
This is looking really good. I didn't expect this.
James, there's a killer on the loose. Called Cypress.
Yeah, no, you gotta be. I really thought that because they couldn't get that blue control earlier, that they were just gonna completely fumble on that. But wow, yeah, Cypress really just completely won the round for them there, being a great entry on that Zofia. He's gonna just delete ints, and it just looked all ints right then. And somehow Cypress goes in, he just says, "Oh, good night, good night, good night," and then it's all good. It's all Elevate. So moving to round number 3. This is looking like a bit of a disaster for ints. Still no Maverick coming out just yet from Elevate, but they brought the Jackal this time rather than the Finker.
Smokes could be one thing, why they're going for that option. That would probably help them in the long run. I always feel that every single lineup needs to have some kind of smokes. It just helps them a ton. And then Jackal's there, which we know is like a really strong operator to bring as well in the attack to help with the room game.
So yeah, there is that aspect of it that they could smoke like the main hallway or back armory, and they could push there again. And that time, that Legion was a big issue for them because they had that sightline from Church. So yeah, that could be one issue with it. I think though that they're bringing the Jackal because maybe they're expecting Ints to be a bit more aggressive here, and I think they're going to be correct in that. As VNX looking for the drones up here and see what he can do about this. I think Ints being more aggressive here is the play for them, even if there is a Jackal on the board. Interesting that Duds has brought Barb rather than the Nitro. You've seen that more and more recently.
We have. Well, I mean, for the basement, there's not a lot of C4 vertical options that you have beside the kitchen. Yeah. And whenever that we know that, like, everybody from Elevate have really no intention of, like, grouping up together, they're all very split. Does the C4 really come into an impact that can, like, deny the plant? Not as often as what you would think would be, just because of the specific playstyle Elevate tries to play. I would also like to see INTZ have a little bit more of a little bit of oomph going in for it. You want to try and get that room game underway. It's a massive risk going for a basement room hold, because the fact that there is only 2 staircases, both of them are very easy to be held off. You're literally there to go big or go home. Most of the time it is go home on Clubhouse.
No, yeah, it definitely is a bit of a terrifying prospect to be moving around on that room. And Elevate, within a minute, have already gained a huge amount of control over the map. They've confirmed the presence of zero roam game as well. This is also the big advantage of bringing a Jackal, is all you need to do is just look at the staircases, and if there's no footprints, you know there's no one roaming right now. So yeah, like, I think this is definitely like a good pick from Elevate to bring the Jackal, just to kind of anticipating everything. Interesting, he's not actually brought smokes, he's brought breach charges.
Yeah. Don't know why. There's really no reason why you would need that whenever you do have a sidearm that can use that destruction. Valkyrie camera, I think, did get spotted out there by Zion, so he has to be aware that there could be somebody watching him. Why does it feel like someone's always watching me, James?
You've really got these lined up, haven't you?
You're not. Again, you're not prepared.
I guess not, I guess not. Zion going to try and get control over blue quickly here, but the rest of Elevate are going to be moving through onto that church wall. It looks like, either way, they need to get blue control. And, I mean, they still have a decent amount of time left to do it with, but they need some kind of utility to force this Mozzie out, really. Oh, never mind! Cypress is just insane! This guy is so good! He just eliminates one, Hell gets another, and already a 5v3. They've got blue control. Ints are falling apart right now. Cypress is on one.
Hell now creeping in, and there's another one gone. Elevate just dominating INTZ, and it's down to Vitz, who's trapped inside of dirt. Is he going to go for the long rotation? Because in the long run, that's not going to help him, and even Board's with him. So both of them trapped with no way out. And Vitz did get spotted out there, and he's above. He gets 1 kill, but I think that's the only thing he's going to get. Everybody is hunting for him. Oh, Vitz is thinking, I would have got away with it if it wasn't for Cypress and these meddling kids, as now he's looking in towards the bar, but still, yeah, it's out of his control. Look, they're upstairs. They're coming for him. They want this man's soul.
Oh!
There's another kill for you.
Oh,
And another
my
one.
God!
Vitz, calm yourself. Still, you know, just Elevate throwing themselves at him, but I don't think he's going to get past these final two. And there you go, Elevate finally get it done. And Vitz, he had a fun time there.
I think that was actually very winnable for Vitz because Elevate completely abandoned that upstairs and they had to go up through Secret instead, and they got completely flanked by him. I mean, there is no way that he should have got both of those kills. Absolutely really well played by Vitz to get them, but he's people are not messing about tonight, I'll tell you that much.
Nope. They're in it to win it.
Yeah, well,
they're in it to move into the next round to get beat by Liquid, so if you want to play that way, sure.
I think things are looking really good for Elevate here. Throwing it up, this Jaeger ban is definitely working very, very well for them. They have a very good idea about how they want to play this clubhouse. And I gotta say, this is a very different Elevate to what we're used to seeing in Pro League.
It is, and you even look back at their first game, this is the exact same way they were playing, was just running in, getting these kills, and they're all about, like, single pushing, which there's benefits, you know, there's pros and cons for it. Pros are, it means that defenders always have to keep on their toes. They always have to think that they're never going to be safe in one area, which the way Elevate are playing, they're never giving INTZ a single inch of movement. But if you lose your 1v1s, how many times have we seen teams who just push in one by one, they just fall apart and they can't really do anything against that.
Yeah, you need to be really set up for the trades if you're going to do that kind of push. I think the big advantage of Clubhouse is that you can play it like that.
Yeah.
Because it's very easy to get traded.
It's very open. There's a lot of multiple entrances as well. There's a good amount of stuff that kind of does lead into the aggressive Clubhouse. And again, we're expecting it to be very attacker-sided because there is that Jaeger ban. Right, so I think Drunks literally is drunk.
No, I actually like this. So, I know like a few Latin America teams used to do this a lot to counter the Maverick on Clubhouse. They used to do it on the server wall. I haven't seen it recently on the gym wall, but I really don't mind this strategy, and I think this is kind of what I was saying about Latin America being very creative with Mirror, and Elevate have done this as well before. And so like you put it there and you open it when the Maverick tries to go for the wall, and that way they just can't get the wall open at all because you can just nitro him, you can impact him, you can shoot him. It's very, very easy to open up that sight line, and really it kind of makes it, because it's crouching, Elevate can't do anything with that side of the wall. So I actually don't mind that Mirror at all.
And the way I look at it is if that mirror window does get open, you just quick peek and Habana charge in, and that gets rid of the actual mirror window, doesn't it? So that's like the only worry you have, is that you're giving them an actual way in. Oh, upside down repel, thermite charge, and mirror window doesn't get opened up. So they've done that for absolutely nothing, and Kide, Kide, you risky boy, and he's made that work. How has he gone away with that one?
What a mistake from Lev, though, because by upside down repelling that, they've just given them a mirror window that is now going to be really effective, because you can now crouch peek from it, because the mirror window is actually still up. Mitty does manage to find his way in, however, from Jacuzzi very, very early in, but no, he will get shut down, and this is looking way better for INTZ now, as Vol finds his second kill. Cypress, however, is in the site, and he's just going to do some work. He gets one kill, gets the one down as well. He's going to confirm that kill easily as hell, gets another one on the other side, does get slammed, however, by the smoke, and that is a very quick round as VNX closes it out for INTZ. These are some very aggressive rounds.
Yeah. They got it working. So, really well played to them. I don't know how I still feel about that setup, because it wasn't like, it should not have worked, but it did. It really shouldn't have.
If Lev had gone down a little bit further and thermited further down,
the mirror window, yeah.
I think it would have been way, way better, and it would have worked way better for them. But yeah, Bull does well to like play aggressively off of that, and he has the mirror window. He knows what's going on there, and he knows how to go for the pre-fire as soon as that wall gets opened up. So, you know, I don't mind that mirror window strategy. I'm glad that we see the mirror now working its way into the lineup, and hope we see a little bit more creative usage. Again, like, still absolutely no Maverick coming out from Elevate. I don't think they necessarily need it for the CC, but I really would have liked to see it come out for the downstairs.
So we go over to Cash again. Of course, that Church not playing out to what INTZ kind of expected. Cash didn't honestly look that great either, and that was simply down to, I think, a great garage execution from Elevate. They were able to push their way in and slaughter anybody who kind of stood in their way. Let's see how INTZ set up this time around. Mira is in the fray of things, And you ever seen like the mirror window where teams would place it facing into garage on the soft wall on B? Have you seen that one before, James?
Yeah, I've seen that a couple times. I've been around the block, and yeah, I mean, the main mirror window you're looking at here is top cache stairs into cache, right? Like that should be the default one that's being brought here. The other one you can get pretty creative with, and yeah, onto garage is a good one as well. I've also seen just onto that east server wall as well in the same manner how we just saw INTZ do theirs.
I've seen Castle also being brought, and teams have tried to hold lounge with a mirror window looking in, and they just have like one of it reinforced and the other one soft. That's another creative one, but then you're very potent to a quick lounge push. But then there's vertical holes that you can also open up that defenders above can play and assist you and hold off some angles. So there is a lot of creative ways, yes, but it doesn't look as if INTZ are one of those teams. Okay, so here's the breaching charges finally coming in to help him, but literally a shotgun could have done this as well.
Or the sledge, or really anything else from Elevate, but I guess they don't want to use that. They just want to have Jackal just solo clear out this Jacuzzi side. So if he wants to get in here quickly, I think this is the play. He's going to be moving his drone all the way up and making sure there's no one on this side of the map. And you'll often see from teams that if they see there's no one roaming on that kind of gym Jacuzzi side, they'll just instantly take that control and get ready for that construction push if they want to go for it.
Cooking an 8. Doesn't land anything though, and well, Mighty just has to sit tight, go back in his drone, and I think that INTZ, they have kind of set up to put pressure on Elevate now to actually make their first move rather than... If you look at INTZ in their last cache, they gave Elevate all of the control, but I feel this mirror window just gives them a little bit more of like a safety feature, and it's something that if anybody who looks at a mirror window, we always have to think, okay, let's not stand in front of that, and it's just kind of like a worry thing, and that's why we always see mirror get banned, because she changes the dynamic of the entire map.
Well, a very, very deep roam clear coming out from Elevate there is going to score the first kill for them this round. There goes Drunks, and they should be able to get this wall. I'm really hoping that Levex does move further down here. They're not going to open up the mirror window, and there we go. He should be able to get it, but no. It's going to be the K-trick that does come out. Where did Cypress go? He's still down
below.
There.
He's below. He opened up below, first of all, but I think he started to get pressured from the kind of different holes that INTZ have also opened up to look down in towards Lounge and Stock, and he just has to back away from that. Yeah, look, see all the holes that Mirror's made. So this is great for INTZ. Nothing's been opened up. There's been no foothold whatsoever from Elevate, but they're still lurking. Zion especially, he's just creeped his way in construction, and he's picked off VNX, and now he will start to rotate. I'm guessing him and Mighty will try and bunch up on towards the back stairs, and whoa, they've got control of it. They're in.
Oh my god, they're just going to force their way and don't even need anything open. Levex moves in, the Fragmite goes in, Vitz goes down, and this is looking really good for Elevated. They've got control of the site, and they have the mirror. Cyber finds another one, there goes Duds. It's all down to Ball from below. He has no Nitro, he still has the Garage Camo, however, so he's got options. But he knows this one down. Oh my god, the drop-off coming around from the Jackal, and Elevate take the round. How? How did they just win a round of Clubhouse with mirrors up, and... there was no barb on cache. Like, I cannot understand these mistakes coming out from INTZ.
Child's play.
There was nothing open. Nothing. Not a single... Clubhouse is a map that we commonly say is all about getting walls open. And when we see hard breaches banned, it makes it very defender-sided. But they didn't get a single wall open. They lost their Habana really early on. And yet, they just forced their way in. So Elevate really just proving it. And we are... finally going to be seeing the Maverick making an entrance.
Castle being picked up for Church. So whenever we see Castle for this specific bomb site, it is for a mid-floor hold. INTZ, the fact that Castle is sprinting up the main stairs means that we will see this. They are going to try and attempt kind of roam game, bring in the mute, which is very common as well, to try and shut down some of the roam game. No one Elevate. Honestly, I could just see Elevate completely bypassing that and rushing the site. I think that's kind of in their loadout.
I mean, we've seen this a few times
Titan Killer, yes.
Already. Yeah, we are going to see the Titan Killer.
Okay, so that's their saving grace.
Yeah. But, like, I'm kind of just wondering how specifically they want to hold this. So, like, obviously going to put Castle, I'm hoping, on the lounge double door as well. And, yeah, as you said, they're going to be trying to, like, aggressively hold this as well in this kind of weird roam game. So, yeah, here's going to be castled out. And we'll have a look at what INTZ want to do here in terms of how aggressive they want to hold this. But you are right, I think Elevate could kind of bypass a lot of this and just force their way down blue. We'll have a look at what they actually want to do here, though. They have brought the sledge, and I think that should help them quite a lot. And also the Buck as well. First time we've seen a Buck make an appearance here, rather than a Habana from Hell.
Okay, Elevate, how will you try and take down this hold? They're setting up, actually, for the top floor clear, so they're going to have a go at it. Whenever Sledge is right up to the rooftop means that he will look for the hatch that primarily leads down in towards logistics. But, I say this, Hell, he's looking to get straight into blue and looking to push aggressively in the bomb site. I wonder if anybody else from Elevate will try and come back to site and assist with that. Two of them now grouped up, and Cypress, who we know is that main murder on the loose, has to be stopped now for INTZ if we want to pull themselves back out of this hole. It is a 4-1 deficit for them.
Yeah, not looking too good at all. Hell will score the kill onto Vitz, but not before Vitz finds Cypress. The score killer coming out from Elevate will get put down, but it does move into a 4v4, and that's the card off the board. This is still looking pretty good for Elevate to try and make their attack work. But the big thing about Elevate's attack has always been forcing their entry through blue and getting so many kills through there. But Drunks will kick things off in that side as Zion goes down. And Drunks, actually still up on this roam, has now got blue hatch control as well. Oh, he's going to drop. What? He goes for the shotgun push. Was it successful? What? How does that work? Drunks just goes all the way down, takes Hell with him. And it's all down to Mitty and Lev, who are moving through dirt.
Okay, Elevate, 2v4, both of yous grouped up together. This is not going to end well, as there's the C4 being tossed. Mighty does get the refrag, but 1 versus 3, a Titan killer at the door, ready for him. Oh, INTZ at least pull it back to 4-2 on a very favored attacker map.
What is happening in this game? I really just can't figure out.
One tat. Go on, son.
It is insane that Drunks went for that push. I mean, it worked. I'm not against it, but that man is crazy. We've seen some pretty crazy plays so far. So, yeah, we'll see things move around. And, yeah, I do agree. I think this is pretty attacker-sided so far. We'll have a look what INTZ want to do in their attack, but I feel like a lot of Elevate's attacks were kind of won just purely in their ability to just get into the site and get a lot of kills, especially from Cypress, who's 10-3 right now. The Monty.
Okay, so this is an operator that Elevate previously in their last matchup against Lanchados. They did ban the operator away, but then we're going to see a sick pick from Drunks. Instead, on to what? What will you be bringing out to play? What's the surprise? Oh my god, come on, pick one. Let me see the Monty onto the Monty.
No, the sledge. I do like the sledge here. I mean, we were talking about just having loads of nades here when Jaeger is banned. It's a good kind of substitute for Capitao in a way. I feel like INTZ are kind of expecting a top floor defense first from Elevate here. Really would have liked to see. I don't know. What would you like to see? The Maverick would have been so much better here. I feel like, and I feel like that's the reason why INTZ don't pick the Maverick, because they think it's going to be a top floor defense. But yeah, it's going to be very, very hard for INTZ to get stuff open generally, but apparently that hasn't really mattered that much during the series. We haven't seen Church Wall get successfully opening once yet. Like, fully opened.
5 seconds left.
So, Elevate, they will set up for the basement. They bring the mirror. Still 2 of them. There's the first one down, looking towards blue, but left it soft, though, which typically we would see that reinforced to give it a little bit more of protection. And also the old favorite, the one looking in towards Church, which has kind of fallen out of favor due to the change that did happen in the clubhouse last year. Mirror just in general always gets banned on this map. But honestly, over the course of the tournament, we've seen a lot more Mirror being played than what we're kind of used to.
I think just generally, I mean, last season, I really loved doing VOD review for Elevate to creative ways on how to use Mirror. Especially, they had quite a few creative defenses against FaZe during their bank match against them last season. And I think Elevate are just like a really good team at creatively using Mirror. So, I mean, I'm not against the Mirror. We did talk about it during our last Playday casting together, about that Mirror in blue. It can be good to shut down the Moto push, but you have to be very, very aware about how easy it is to get into blue and get that control now.
C4, I think he's trying to prep that so it goes onto the flooring rather than the actual one tossed over onto the main stairs. Just waiting. There must be a Valkyrie camera, I'd imagine, from Cyprus up there that somebody's sitting on ready to relay information. Just holding it as it goes, so I'll come back to that and see if anything explosive happens. Oh. Speaking of explosives, there's the first one from Elevate. That's Lev gone, dead. Is there 4 C4s from Elevate on their lineup with Fifkide? Yes, there's 4 C4s, James.
Oh my god.
Oh, what a fun house.
Actually, I mean, we talked about how the C4 play isn't really that great on the basement, but if you expect them to go purely for that kind of kitchen take and bunch up around there, then yeah, you can be good. And definitely if you're expecting like a church take, like maybe not an armory take, wouldn't be very good for that, but I feel like you can deny the armory take just by killing this buck early on. But another C4 is going to go out. That's going to miss from Zion. That's unfortunate. He's going to detonate it anyway.
Unlucky. Need to try and get back into the gym, lad. Get practicing that throwing arm. They're drunk, though. Does square things back into their favor. What's it with the nades today, man?
Well, he actually did get down there.
Oh,
but
trick shot. Yeah. Let's go. Sign him up for FaZe Clan.
I feel like there's just so many people today who just cannot deal with those bars at all and getting projectiles through them. But we'll see the peak is going to be coming out from Hell, just trying to deal with the kitchen hatch, and Drunks is actually going to be very, very lit up from that. We still got the smoke. He's going to be holding down onto dirt as Drunks still playing around the vertical play, but INTZ are desperately running out of time right now. They need to get in. They need to go for their plant. They need to go for their push. We've still got Mitty. He's holding this kitchen hatch, and they're going to know he's there. Ball going to be very available for this as Lev. He's retreating back, but no, someone's going to push him. He's going to get caught out in a second. One gets down. Lev does find one, but no, instantly just get traded onto the mirror as Drunks goes in, finds a double kill, but Elevate shut him down, and round number 7 is theirs.
Wow. What a massacre from Elevate. Could say. Texas Chainsaw Massacre from Elevate.
Elevate are on 5-2 right now, and they're looking very, very good. I mean, just winning that first defense, right, like that is critical to kind of killing the momentum that INTZ could have gained there. So, things looking very, very good for Elevate as they'll go to a CCTV and cash room defense. And we do see the Maverick being brought this time, though, from INTZ.
We do. And he's not an operator that's really been chosen by both sides, which is very surprising because this is his best map out of all of the other ones. This is his Solarity map that he sees the most ban rate on because he's so strong at opening up the copious amount of reinforcements scattered around this map in general, and just helps with the bandit tricks and just everything about that. And we will see him played for the top floor, and I feel as if INTZ, they know it's going to be the top floor, and they need to prepare for it, and well, they will do that by bringing the blowtorch. This is Elevate's map choice, and we're seeing why they chose it. They are looked really strong on it. Still, we have other maps to come, of course, where INTZ can potentially bounce back, and well, Villa will be their pick. And if you kind of look at how Elevate are playing these attacks on a very kind of structured and strategic map, what is Villa going to be like? Which can, again, kind of support the aggressive nature with all of the staircases and the kind of linear one-directional tunnels of death that you have to go through in Villa. I think that's honestly going to suit Elevate as well, like really well.
I mean, it could. I think it's really just going to come down to the operator bans. If Elevate are already banning Jaeger and already going to go for SMG 11 spawn peaks, then yes, I think that it's just going to be completely down to the operator bans. But yeah, I mean, Elevate are looking really good across the series. This is not really at all what I expected. INTZ are kind of falling apart right now, but not going to get Mossy Drone just yet. As they'll go begin their upstairs take. But Drunks is already very lit up from that spawn peak coming out from the SMG 11. This just is so aggressive from Elevate, just peeking everything. He's got a prone angle onto the drone hole by mirror.
They really do not care, do they? They do not show INTZ any respect whatsoever. And it is so tough for INTZ to get anything on the board to try and put a bit of pressure on Elevate. Honestly, you could open up every wall against Elevate, and they would still just start peeking everything they can. Like, they would never be scared in a scenario.
This is just passionate angles, you know, coming out from them, so we'll have a look how this continues to go down as Lev actually has a nice angle. Using that crouching mirror, he should be able to see if anyone is going to push through that, and also that wall being reinforced means that he can play here pretty safely, as long as that mirror window does not get opened up. Mitty's still going to be playing downstairs here. He's going to get droned out, however, he can get caught out here very, very easily, but he's got his lounge door barricaded. and he's got a Nitro available. So as long as he's still down here, it's not going to be easy for INTZ to go for their attack. But he's going to get droned down, almost get lit up, and put down, but not just yet. Still playing around the cache stairs. This is insanely aggressive of a Mirror to start doing.
Both sides not taking any kills yet. A lot of damage, though, being spread across. More on INTZ's half. They've lost a lot of health from 3 of their players. And, well, Elevate, they're just holding firm as much as they can. There's still so many C4s from them. Is this a full C4? No, I forgot Maestro. He doesn't have one. He just has the barbed wire. But who needs a C4 when you have the LMG being able to mow down anybody who comes near him?
The Fear Charge is going to take him out of the camera as he moves for the spawn peak, the peak, sorry, and doesn't be able to get the kill just yet. Flashbangs are going to come out, but yeah, okay, so you still get flash from that if you're on the camera, of course, and he does go for the peak, but no, gets put down and gets traded out. Now they have that garage control. They also have that mirror as well. INTZ looking really good to try and bring this in, but 25 seconds left to go on the clock. There's still plenty of nitros available for Elevate to try and deny this plan. Jones does move in, he gets 1 kill, and all the way from secret stairs below, someone should be able to move in here. Mitty still playing very, very close to this angle. Should be able to go for the C4. There goes 1, but oh, it's gonna miss! That's unfortunate. Phoenix does go down, but not out just yet, as Duds gets a kill into Zion. Hopefully more C4s are gonna start to come out, but no! What's wrong with you? Oh, Mitty does get the kill, however, the plant does go down. Oh, great kill from coming out from Hell here to try and retake the site. Not looking too good for him. He moves on, he does get the trade, but no, gets traded himself out by Duds. And INTZ take round number 8. What is happening in these rounds? This is crazy.
Oh
I've never seen 2 more aggressive teams on Clubhouse before.
Just look at the setup. It's really crazy, isn't it, from Elevate, that
also,
defense?
Can people please learn how to throw C4s? If you're gonna play
learn how to throw frag grenades
C4s and gonna ban Jaeger, like, you
honestly,
cannot be missing those.
They should take some tips from G2 because, as we know, G2, they're great at throwing.
Yeah, no, they should. So, we're going to see another CCTV room and cache hold. This time, we're not going to bring the mirror from Mitty. It's going to be the Legion. And Drunk's going to bring the sledge instead of the Nomad. I don't even know what's happening anymore. You know me, Demo? Try and break it down.
You
try and get
very easily, don't you? You just brain goes a meltdown. Just take it as it is, bro.
What is happening anymore?
If you ever cast it Xbox Prem, this would not be a surprise to you. Because once you've cast it that, it can only go up from there, and nothing surprises me. It's just nice and relaxed. Yeah, look, they've just ran in with nothing at all. They've just went in, they've got the kills, and they're back at it. It's just standard, basic.
This is just LATAM.
Basic
in a
principles.
Playday. This is exactly what LATAM is like.
This is your worst nightmare, watching LATAM.
Somehow, they've made it work. Although, to be fair, INTZ has done much better with it. They've managed to get pretty much everything open that they need to. They managed to get that wall open. They managed to force their way into garage. Although, I feel like they could have just naded the Maestro and not just wasted like 3 flashbangs and 2 Zofia charges on him.
Yeah, Jaeger is gone. Maybe they don't realize. Maybe it's because it's just indented that Jaeger's always going to be available. They just don't think about it. But no, definitely, you're bringing nades. Why not use them? I kind of feel as if both teams have been very aggressive in their setups. There's not a lot of like hard lockdown operators that we would kind of expect. Well, Capitane's off the board. Who knows one of those?
Yeah.
Blackbeard really hasn't. I feel as if Blackbeard took a real fall off, like just everywhere. You know, he's not what he used to be.
He's not. I think it's more just the fact that on an attacking lineup, you have to bring a lot of utility, and if you bring Blackbeard, you're essentially taking away utility from yourself. So
exactly.
A fairly similar setup coming out from Elevate. Despite the fact they're not Brother Mirror, they still reinforce that wall, which I think is good. It lets Maestro have that angle and be able to play there pretty freely. Nades are going to come out, and Vit's going to try and make this wall soft. Nice
So this is
trick.
standard, isn't it? Just basic enough. You try and open up the reinforced wall, because if you didn't know, Maverick, he can remove the entire reinforcement and it makes the wall soft again. And whenever you don't have a Thatcher on the board, that's where teams kind of would resort to, is to go for that setup, and they've done that correctly, and they will be able to open it up, and that gives them a main breach. Oh, that's a nice impact trick for Mighty, and that's worked a charm for him. And still holding control of garage. This is one thing that teams now have started to do, is try and play somebody in behind the motorcycles to give your guy in catwalk more supportive protection. And whenever you can impact trick the thermite charges or a ban of pellets, it makes a lot of sense. And well, that's a perfect example of it.
You normally see it's like a Cade play down there, and he can kind of trick both
Yeah,
the
he
walls,
can.
and he can impact trick as well. So
Big shotgun to go through. Makes
yeah,
sense.
no, you normally do see that happen, but so far it's going to be Cypress who picks up the opening frag of the round. Mighty just goes for the wide peak and does take Drunks down as well. That's both sets of nades off the table for INTZ. That is a disaster for them right now. What was the Buck doing down there? Trying to get in, and we have that garage control still. Vit's going to move in and try and go for the refrag. However, the complete shutdown of the push comes from Hell, as it's all down to Vitz. He makes his way up cash stairs, he does get one, Hell goes down, but instantly just get traded out by the Coyote of Zion. And Elevate take round number 9. Things looking beautiful for them so far.
I was really not expecting this way this match would play out. I really was not expecting like the one kind of sided landslide that is Elevate right now. They have looked just on top every single time, and even the rounds that they did lose, it came so close, a lot closer than what the rounds for INTZ was. And well, I don't know. Hocus pocus, INTZ, you need to focus.
You've got a lot of these. I'm wondering how far we're gonna go with this.
Oh, don't worry, we've got
3 best of
night.
3s.
Oh,
yeah.
ho, ho.
Okay, if you have enough material, I like it. I go with it.
How many Halloween movies can you name? How many Halloween references can you name?
Clearly not as many as you.
I can name 3 best of 3 series worth,
Apparently
so.
so. Apparently so. So, we're definitely in for a spooky night for ourselves here as we do move into a church Arsenal room defense here. It's match point to Elevate so far, and they're looking very good so far. And, yeah, INTZ, what has happened?
Defenders,
I mean,
protect
like,
your bombs
if
from being
it was the
defused
other way
by
around, and INTZ were about to play their relegations match, and everything like that, and they didn't have much on the line, I would completely understand this. But Elevate are the ones that have a very important matchup coming up soon against EA Gaming. You know, and it just feels like Elevate just know how to play against INTZ right now, that they just know that they can just push in, and they can just get frags, and it doesn't even matter. They don't even need to open up walls. I gotta say, though, the fragging power already in the first map that we've seen from both teams, I think has been like the most, like the best aim duels we've seen so far in OGA. Latam always goes for that side of things.
Yeah.
It's always very, very impressive from that side.
Well, talking about the relegation battle, they're up against EA Gaming. And perhaps Elevate, they're just that confident that they can beat that team, that they can do whatever they want here. And you look at how, yeah, fared up against Liquid, they didn't really show us much that I think Elevate should be worried about, did they?
No, definitely not. But we'll have a look match point now. That's you Elevate, and we'll see how exactly they want to play the rest of this. But we'll see INTZ on the attack, and they've been bringing the same lineup every single time, really, for this downstairs attack. It's really interesting they brought Maverick for the upstairs, but they do not bring Maverick for this downstairs. Neither team has brought Maverick for this downstairs so far yet. It's kind of wild, if you ask me. They've been relying pretty heavily on the nades to try and take off a lot of the utility. As Drunk's flip Drunk himself, he's going to hit the sledgehammer eventually. Journey's End are going to be moving in as they go for their drones. And again, like, 1 minute in, INTZ have a lot of control already. And now they can start to drone at the site and see, okay, what kind of take do we actually want to do here?
Okay, Elevate, a lot of information that they can gather with the Valkyrie cameras, I'm sure are going to be kind of distributed about the map, and that C4 lineup, again, being brought in by Elevate, and even the Maestro cameras, which Maestro can also have like a big say, I feel, and, well, C4s, 2 C4s, and oh boy, just jack in the box, isn't it? Don't know whenever it's going to go off.
They finally learned how to throw a C4s this time, as both naders off the table from INTZ, and there goes pretty much all of their utility clear.
Mirror windows now, just nothing can get through that, because you can't exactly Habana off a mirror window if a Kaid charge is going to be on it.
Yeah, this is not good at all. Zion's just going to peek out, talking about
Definitely
Kaid as
can't
well.
Habana it now.
As, yeah, the Habana is going to go down. Vitz is out of it. And VNX going to try and do what he can from a blue push into Oil Pit. But it's a 2v5, things not looking too good for INTZ. It's definitely still winnable. They've got a bit of time to work with here, and they've still got a little bit of utility on their side, but they need to clear blue if they want to do anything with that. We've still got a Valkyrie camera up in blue as well, watching Oil Pit. They're going to know that he's here, goes to the peak, but VNX just deletes him, and Ball gets one as well. They're going to move all the way into blue. They've evened it out into a 2v2. What just happened? INTZ have regained the momentum, and they've got control of blue, but they've only got 35 seconds left to go with. They've got diffuser control, they've got blue control. They can definitely start to push in here. Levex is waiting for the push as he holds down Dirt, and Hell, he's got a nice hang on to blue.
The fact that he is now moved out of the sight line off that mirror window, it just helps them even more. And whenever Liev has managed to eliminate that drone, oh, but no, he just missed the Thermite walk into bomb site. Now the pressure on Levy misses all the shot with SMG-11. Now it's a 1 versus 1 as Maestro did win that gunfight, and he has to stick to defuse. Hell now creeping on in. Will he come off the defuse? Will he stick it? It looks as if he's going to go for it. Oh, and there's the Maestro. He fires in an elevate. Oh, they take the first map. 7-3 they go, James. What a round to finish it off.
Almost a complete, really amazing clutch coming out from INTZ, but it's not to be. It's going to be Elevate who take map number 1, 7-3. Very, very well done for them. The Jaeger ban was definitely working well for them, but it's going to be all Elevate for now. But I mean, that was Elevate's map pick. We kind of expected that should be a good map for them. We're going to be heading on to Villa after this quick break.